how does someone, let's say that they're paycheck to paycheck and it's not priority to hire a personal trainer, or they just are one of those, I'm going to do it myself, I'm not going to be told what to do kind of
Yeah.
person. What resources are available that they could pull and say, okay, this is how many calories that I should be taking in for my body weight? This is a meal plan for the week, something where I don't have to cook every single day, but maybe have leftovers. Is there any resources you're aware of?
Yeah, you can use MyFitnessPal. That's a good one. FatSecret is another one. I like MyFitnessPal for my clients because they can share their diary, their food log with me, and I can look at it from my phone so I can kind of monitor their intake. But I think MyFitnessPal is a free download and you'll enter in some kind of metrics about yourself. And I will say, when it asks how many workouts you complete a week, be pretty conservative on what you say there because it will throw a really high calorie count out if you're not careful. So MyFitnessPal is a great resource if someone just wants to count calories, and that's a good start. Count your calories for a month, and when you get good at that, then break it down into macros. There are three macros of protein, carbs, and fat. A gram of protein and a gram of carb is 4 calories. A gram of fat is 9 calories. So every calorie we eat comes from protein, carbs, or fat. So you
Okay.
get specific like your bodybuilders do and count macros. You can start by calorie counting. As far as like fitness resources go, you can find gym memberships as cheap as $10 a month. That's like one and a half of those loaded teas that everybody loves.
There you
No,
go.
that's
Okay. So for everybody that just stressed out over the macros and counting and all of that, just remember, kill it, grow it, or
catch
grab
it,
it,
catch
catch
it.
it. There you go. Catch it, kill it, grow it.
Catch it, kill it, or grow it. If you can't catch it, kill it, or grow it, you probably shouldn't eat it. There's some
Okay,
exceptions.
so give me some workout routines. What is some basic workout routines that we can go do in the gym and start me with if I'm trying to lose weight, and then give me a second option as if I'm trying to gain weight through muscle mass?
So for weight loss, I'm really big on HIIT training. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. Takes way less time than steady state cardio where you're sitting on a treadmill for an hour bored to death. HIIT training is periods of low intensity followed by periods of high intensity. And those alternate for 20 to 30 minutes, whatever you want to set it up for. And you can basically throw any exercise together, throw any program together. You want to spike your heart rate up to 80, 90% on your high intensity portion, hold it for 45 seconds or a minute, and then let yourself recover back down to 50 to 60% of your max heart rate. If you don't know how to figure your max heart rate, just generically, it's 220 minus your age. That's a generic calculation for your max heart rate. So,
Would you recommend the Apple Watch to help with that kind of stuff?
that, that,
Or y'all had some bands at the old gym, I remember when I was going there.
yeah, we used to use something called MyZone, and that's what it was for. Weren't they called MyZone? Was it MyZone? I haven't used them in a couple of years.
That sounds right.
So what they would do was a heart rate monitor. It also kept a calorie count, but I had a big display on the wall so I could see everybody working out. And what I would do is I would just take everybody up to that upper 90% range. I'd hold them there for a minute and I'd let them all recover. That's high intensity interval training. A really simple program to do. Dr. White actually come up with this. It's a simple 20-minute HIIT program, and you can do it on the elliptical, the treadmill, a rower, a bike. So hit a 7-minute warm up, and then minute 8, hit a sprint, minute 9, hit a rest. Repeat that all the way to your minute 17, and then do a 3-minute cool down. So that's a 20-minute HIIT session that you can do anywhere. That's weight loss. I really like HIIT. You can mix in some steady state cardio, keep your heart rate around 60, 70% for extended periods of time, 45 minutes, hour, whatever you can handle. But don't overdo it so you won't go catabolic. And make sure you're eating enough. A program to gain strength. Was that the second question? Gain
Yeah.
strength, size. So first you got to get the nutrition right. You've got to be eating enough to grow muscle. Then for that client, it would be dependent, like the schedule I put him on would be, I say he, it could be a lady. would be dependent upon how many days they would commit to being in the gym. So if they would commit to 5 days a week, I would really break it down very muscle group specific. We may would have a chest day, we'd have a back day, we may have an arm day, a leg day. We could really break it down and be body part or muscle specific. But if the client says, "Hey, I've only got 2 days, I can get in the gym," then I'm going to probably put them on like an upper body push pull day to where we work opposing muscle groups. We'll hit a horizontal push, a horizontal pull, vertical push, vertical pull to knock all that stuff out in one day. And then probably their next day, I throw a leg day at them, mix in abs here or there, make them do them at home. So it really depends on how many days you can commit to being in the gym as to what kind of program I put them on.
Do you like free weights over cables or does it matter?
I think there's a place for both.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with dumbbells that your form is right. Sometimes the cable machines and Smith machines will keep your form maybe more correct than free weights. You got to be careful with free weights. And that's one thing we're big on here is keeping people's form right so that we can reduce injuries.
Yeah. That's one thing that I was at the gym working by myself and then doing squats. I thought I had to have that military stance with my feet, toes pointed, straight in front of me and, shoulder width apart. And I was doing my squats and I noticed my right knee just started feeling tweakish.
Yeah.
And then I got in underneath someone that knew what they were doing. And then they had me widen my stance and to a more comfortable, like, what does it have? If you jump up in the air and you land back down, how does your feet land?
Yeah, that's right.
And at that point, I began to work on, and that pain in my knee actually went away. And I was able to start increasing the weight that I was able to squat. Now, I don't do a lot of heavy weight just because I don't want personal injury. And I'm not trying to be a power lifter because I do believe you can get over excessive. And then when you do hit your 50s, 60s, your joints are going to let you know you really pushed them.
It's a risk benefit analysis. Is the risk of me trying to bench press 400 pounds
Right.
versus I don't go heavy much anymore either. Just slow, controlled reps, good form, time under tension. I'm not trying to win any bench press competitions.